everybody, this is Jacqueline. This is the first time I've ever done a video post for my blog. I just thought it would be fun today to show you what an artist and designer's studio really looks like. When we do a photo shoot for a studio tour, usually we try to make the space look really pretty. That's not usually how it looks when we're really working in there. So today I just wanted to show you what my studio really looks like if you were to drop in on me for a cup of coffee one day and I was working, what you would really find in my studio. So I hope you enjoy. So this is my main studio area. This is in the downstairs part of my house. And this is the messiest because this is where I am most of the time. This is the section that gets most of the action. You can see my cat doing what she usually does, just hanging out. She's got her little towel there to keep her comfortable while she's sitting on the printer. Also keeps my printer free from all her hair and dander and all those little remnants that cats like to leave of themselves all over the house. So this is what my computer desk usually looks like. Yeah, you can see all my wires and mess and my paper recycling basket down there. Just piled with papers and a couple of different computers. That chair is there for the cat again, so she can sit and look at the birds. Everything's about the cat's comfort. She comes first. There's a little bulletin board where I hang cute stuff that I like to look at. This is a desk where I do most of my drawing and my painting. You can see all of my supplies there. Again, it's a mess because usually there's a whole lot of things going on there at one time. There's piles of paper on the floor. A little bag of cat treats in case the cat gets hungry so I don't have to walk too far to the kitchen. And my ironing board right now has papers on it because I was working on my calendar and I ran out of space on my desk. So everything got moved to the ironing board and I've been kind of jotting things down using that as a writing surface. I have a TV because sometimes I like to watch movies and stuff while I'm painting. And there's another work surface. It's not too cluttered today. My cabinets with a lot of art supplies and craft supplies and that kind of stuff. So then this section is where I do most of my sewing type things. The boxes on the floor are full of cat toys to keep the cat busy while I'm working. Are you noticing a theme or a trend here with all of the different things that I do to keep my cat occupied? There's my little pink chair. It's nice for just sitting relaxing, or if I want to look at a book during the day. It's a nice little reading corner. There's fabric stored in there. There's little cubbies. There's my sewing table. There's a really nice thread rack that my father-in-law made me. This is where I hang a lot of embroidery floss. I have all my books here stacked in old crates. And then my cutting table. And on my cutting table, I hand painted this. This was a few years ago that I made this. And I really like it. Unfortunately, half of it gets covered with the cutting mat, but oh well. So that's the cutting area for when I'm working on quilts and sewing projects. And then underneath, there's the ugly part that nobody wants to see. Lots of scraps and my paint chips for when I'm playing with colors for paintings, and baskets of ribbon and that kind of stuff. So I'm showing you all of my mess here. I hope you appreciate that I'm showing you the ugly parts, not just the pretty parts of the studio. This is what it really looks like. All my post-it notes to myself up on the cabinets. So that is the downstairs studio. So this is my upstairs studio area. I do a lot of my fabric cutting here and a lot of photography because there's a lot of windows, so there's a lot of natural light. Actually, probably a little too much light today. There's a lot of snow outside, so we're getting a lot of reflection. It's really kind of bright in here. But I store a lot of my fabric in here. You can see I have some bolts stacked there on the floor. I've got that little peg rack for hanging up totes and that kind of thing. And something I really like about this room is the shelves all along the top. I can use those to store project samples or fat quarter bundles. And there's a cedar chest where I keep a lot of my wool, my scraps, and my projects. You can see if I open up the lid, I have that All kinds of stuff in there. And that coffee table is actually not supposed to be there. That's my daughter's, and she's supposed to come and get it, and she hasn't gotten it yet. So, of course, it ended up in my space till she comes and gets that. This chest, I just store samples and that kind of thing, and that actually came from my grandmother's house. So that's a really nice keepsake for her. And there's just some quilt samples that I haven't had a chance to put away yet. I put a lot of my samples in this little cabinet here. And then on this wall, nice big shelving unit. This is from IKEA. So it was pretty inexpensive, and I can store a lot of fabric and fat quarter bundles and odds and ends kinds of things there. So this is the spare bedroom across the hall from my upstairs studio. And I did this one recently, and I did everything neutral. I did white bedspreads and white furniture, gray walls, because I wanted to be able to use any colors in here. So you can see I can just, with the white bedspread there, I can just put any quilt I want on top of it. So this is also a good room for photography, because I get a lot of light in here too. And the lampshade that you see there, I made that. There's a tutorial on the blog. And the wall art, there's a tutorial. And you can also find a tutorial for how to make those covered window shades. And then the little shadow box on the nightstand with the butterflies, that was in one of the e-magazines. So I'll provide the link for all of those. And then we just have a little reading corner over here. And here you can see I just had some quilts piled up because I was actually doing some photography this morning, and that's just where they ended up. When I got done, I just kind of threw them there so I get a chance to put them away. And then right across the hall, you can see the upstairs studio. So that was the unofficial tour of my studio. That's what things usually look like in the real world, and I hope you enjoyed it. Remember that you can find the link to my official studio tour right below this post, and also let me know what you thought of the video, if you think that I should do more of these, because I think it was kind of fun. Okay, bye-bye.